Welcome to culturaldiplomat.com. We're here with John Brady and Willard Ford of FordBrady Design, and they have a really wonderful loft space here in downtown where they're showcasing designers of all sorts. And tell us how you got involved, in this space and with this project to begin with.
I just found the space when I was on a bike ride one day and turned the corner. And originally I bought it for a residence and just to rent the spaces out, but as I had sort of increasing difficulties with the construction of the project, John, who's my partner now, helped me out, and we finished the build out of the space, also with the help of my family, and my son and my girlfriend and everyone sort of pitched in. And when we were looking for furniture, we couldn't find anything that wasn't either already done or was affordable, so we started to look around and sort of got engaged in a discussion about design in general. And when John and I were overseas, I was working in Vietnam at the time, he was working in Thailand. We met up and went and looked at some stores and decided we were going to try to import those. So initially we started just bringing Asian designers to the United States, but now we've branched out to include designers from not just Southeast Asia, but also Japan, France, Switzerland, the United States, Australia, England, all over.
So it was pretty much, got in on a whim, wanted to create something out of the space, then got together and made something even bolder and more dramatic out of it. And how did you feel about getting involved with this from the beginning?
I was very excited about it. I've always been interested in design. I did some design work, and traveling, both myself and Willard traveled as bicycle racers, so it sort of gave us an international perspective, and I think it was instantly noticeable that there was something amiss, and we saw sort of a market opportunity and a way to initially fill Willard's space and come up with a whole new idea for a business. Yeah,
kind of another realm of self-expression and a secondary career in much respects.
Yeah, it was. We both worked for other people, and we decided, maybe we could give a go of it. And we were probably naive, but we're, thick in the middle of it all now.
Yeah, well, that's the best thing. Sometimes, if you are a little bit naive, you don't see the whole path ahead. You might as well just, jump in and go for it. So.
Yeah, that's sort of been our real strong point, the fact that we don't know a lot of things about everything that we're doing. It's been good in a way because we don't have a lot of inhibition, but we get up and we work hard every day, and we're figuring things out. I think we're trying to do things that are a little bit interesting to us, and hopefully interesting to other people.
Yeah, time and time again, what I see in a lot of the new school industry that's going on right now is really a old school work ethic, and it's really refreshing to see. It's not just about the sizzle anymore. It's really about building something, and I think with designers, you're right in, with them and creating something special. We're back here with Mr. Brady, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about the pieces or the featured designers that you have here in the space.
Yeah, this is Singh Intrisciuto. He's a Thai designer. These pieces are all made out of reclaimed teak. They go to all the teak factories in Asia, and they take all their leftovers, and they assemble these. These are all constructed in pieces. You can see. It's,
oh, wonderful.
Hundreds of pieces, literally, that are, fashioned together. It has a steel support system inside that holds it all together.
Is it a limited edition because of the availability of these of select pieces?
Not necessarily limited in production. They're a small. He has 3 craftsmen that work for him, and so they're. We couldn't get 30 of these a year. Would be difficult. It's a lot of work to put one of these together. It's not. There's no mass production involved, so they're limited in that capacity. So there's a...
Well, that makes it all the more better in a lot of ways. People feel like they have something really unique and a lot of artisanship going into it as well.
Yeah, this particular design, this piece won Asian Design Award at TIFF, which is the biggest design show in Asia, in 2006. So he's becoming quite well known. He has another piece. These are actually 2 pieces by
the bookcase as well.
Yeah, the bookcase, it's also, you can take it apart, and each one is a stool, and then the chest here, which is his craftsman, he asked his craftsman to build a chest, and he wanted to come up with something original. So he said, the craftsman asked when he was almost finished it, what kind of lock mechanism should I put on it? And he said, well, just make something up. And the craftsman remembered an old mechanism that he had learned from his grandfather, and he decided to try this, and it worked out very well. So he has sort of a secret compartment here, or a secret.
It looks like you just nudge it out somehow.
Except I can never find it myself, but it is here, yeah. So you just push this right here.
Oh, it's like a slide pull on that?
Am I even on the right side? Yes, I am, yes. I can see it, actually.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, so
Great.
sort of a secret compartment.
Ah, so middle push out, and then everything comes up.
Yeah, so it's quite a neat design, and it's a design that probably would have been lost if it wasn't for this sort of inspirato.
Yeah, and the colors are wonderful, all the different shades. Really great.
Yeah, well, they actually, these are quite complex pieces because this is the third generation of this piece. The first two generations, they were getting cracking. Even in this generation, there's very minimal cracking, but the problem is that when you have leftover teak, you have different pieces of wood from different parts of the tree that are different ages. And so
each one has a different finish in a lot of ways.
and they each settle in a different manner, so you have them pulling and pushing on each other to create cracks. So they actually hired a scientist from the University of Bangkok and came up with a sort of a 10-step process to figure out how to make it so they all settle in unison. It was quite a project, but they figured it out. So.